Deceit is rife amongst animals, but it's probably instinctive behavior controlled by genes. Deceit in humans, on the other hand, is a conscious action that requires planning.
Deception involves a very complex mental process involving an assessment of what the other person is thinking, an assessment of how to make him think something else, and so on. I doubt that animals do this.
But if some animals have a sense of self and of others, as many now agree, could they also lie like us?
There's no doubt that animals are capable of functional deception, of behaving in a way which leads another animal to make a mistake.
Mimicry in the animal world is one of the most common examples of deception. It probably has no conscious basis at all. Animals copy the looks of one another to save their own skin. This octopus is the very master of disguise. It alters not only its shape, but even its behavior to impersonate a whole range of other sea creatures, like a flounder flattening itself to the seabed. And when pestered by an aggressive damselfish, it can turn itself into a poisonous sea snake. But some animals, like this magpie, appear to use mimicry to deceive for the sheer fun of it.
One of the things he could mimic very well was the warning signal of the ducks on the pond when the fox, which lived in the garden, used to go past them too near. And then they used to give a sort of wonderful quack, 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 sort of loud signal. And the magpie learned to imitate this. And it amused him, obviously, to make this noise and see my dogs, who were always taken in and thought it was the ducks, jump off the bed and rush into the garden to catch the fox. And the moment he'd succeeded in getting the dogs off the bed, he used to preen himself, which he only did when he was enjoying something very much.
Animals can certainly look as though they're trying to deceive us by behaving in ways which do deceive us. And there may be good evolutionary reasons why they should behave in this way, either to avoid capture or themselves to capture something. But it doesn't follow from the fact they appear to be doing something that they really are doing something.
Deceptive activity can be used to manipulate the behavior of another animal. Fireflies do so by actively sending the wrong signals. This female from a larger species mimics the sexual flash code of a smaller species to attract a male. Seduced, the male approaches to mate. She responds by eating him alive. All this clever bluff is vital for survival. But is this really lying?
The practice of deception in animals, be it a chimpanzee hiding a banana or a heron throwing out ground bait, is really very convincing evidence to me that animals are thinking. They're not simply reacting to circumstances, that they have a concept of what they're trying to achieve, and they're moving their actions towards that perceived goal. That's more or less what we do.
This heron has learnt the art of angling. It casts a piece of bread and positions itself in exactly the right place to deceive a fish. But is this deception learnt through trial and error?
Animals could certainly come to deceive through associative learning. In that case, they wouldn't be deceiving with the knowledge that they leave the deceived with a false belief. They simply learn that if they behave in a certain way, that makes the other animal behave in the way that they want.
But can animals really understand what deception means and how it can affect the thoughts and actions of others? This plover nests in an open but well-camouflaged spot. If the bird is seen by a possible intruder, the nest would be at risk. So she runs away in a frenzy in an attempt to distract the threat. Her wing appears broken. She monitors the intruder's position. And when she's lured the intruder far enough away, she abandons the play acting and returns to the eggs. Research concludes that plovers act in a fixed way in this specific context. But true deceit requires flexibility in a number of situations. Can animals do this? Chimpanzees operate within strict social rules. To transgress them requires conscious thought and planning.
Chimpanzees certainly lie. The best example that we have from Gombe of a chimpanzee learning to control his emotions happened when Figan was just a young boy, that's Fifi's brother. And we were handing out bananas by hand in those days, long ago. And on this particular occasion, all the big males got the bananas and Figan didn't get any. Wandered off a bit sadly. The following day, he stayed back. And as he saw us reaching to give him a banana, he simply couldn't control this excitement and the food sounds came out. So of course the big males came back and Figan lost his banana. The following day, he stayed behind again, and this time, although we could hear the sounds in his throat, he was swallowing them, and they were completely silent, and he got his banana.